All right, everybody, welcome to the Untitled Podcast here with your host, Brandon. We're here again, back with another episode 2022 as we started up strong. We're honored to have him with us, guys. We're in for a good one. Joining me today, we have part-time actor, part-time Muay fighter, and influencer, Jackie Cheng. What's up, brother? How's it going?
Good, bro. How are you?
Bro, good. Yeah, bro, just, I guess, we're going to get into a lot of it, but just give us a quick background, bro. Give us a quick introduction. Give us your name, age, and just, give us your favorite food, I guess. We're going to start with that, bro.
Hi, my name is Jackie. I'm 21 years old, and my favorite food, I guess, will probably be chicken. Anything chicken, bro. It's mean.
I love chicken, bro. Good protein.
Yeah.
Yeah. Soft, bro. Like, what have you been up to lately? Like, what's been the scoop, bro?
Lately, I'm literally just training now because I was meant to go to Thailand.
Yeah.
So I can train more Muay Thai, but now Omicron's here. So it's kind of dangerous for me to go over. So I'm planning to fight 7 times this year. Hopefully, get myself high on the ranks in New Zealand.
Bro, that's mean.
Yeah. Just TikTok, bro.
Yeah.
Just a bit of TikTok. Yeah, just keeping active, really.
Yeah.
There's nothing else I can do except keep active and just do TikTok.
Speaking of Muay Thai, you've had a couple fights recently, right? Like this year. How was that for you, bro?
It's an experience. Like it's something you need to do to understand the feeling. Like
yeah.
It's surreal. Yeah.
Bro, mean. And I guess like trying to improve, go up in the ranks, like what you said before, right?
Yep.
You know, and then trying to go to Thailand, like I guess. Well, were you supposed to go there earlier this year, or early last year?
So I was meant to go in March this year.
In March.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So I had it all planned out to go to March for 1 month to do a little fight camp there.
Bro, those fight camps are mean, bro.
They're crazy, bro.
Yeah, I've seen some videos that just keep kicking like non-stop for like, a couple minutes, or like, I don't know, it's just crazy camps, bro. Camps. I see a lot of MMA fighters go there, do some training, so that's mean.
Yeah. It's definitely like how would I say? It's where it started.
Yeah.
So it's the best place to go if you really want to like get good at something.
Bro, that's mean. I guess, being a part-time Muay Thai fighter, right? And then also bro, talk to us about you've done some acting in the past, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just, I guess, and as an influencer in New Zealand, just talk to us about the journey you've made. Like, what drives you to, because like you're doing, influencer, right? Acting, fighting, trying to balance and all that. Like, I guess, would you say those are your passions, or what really drives you to do those things, bro?
So what really got me into acting was because I was bullied when I was like year 9 when I got to school, because I went to Alfriston College. Do you know that school? To AC, so that was a pretty hard school to go to, because I went from like going to like a whole good boy school and then transitioning to another school. But yeah, I got bullied from year 9 up until year 10, and from there, that's when I found acting. It gave me confidence, because I just never had confidence at all. So it was a good way to get confidence, and then that's where I met one of my best mates. It was just like, I don't go out and beat people up, but like. He was just like, oh, I'll teach you how to smash your bully. And I was like, all right, sweet. So from there, I just beat up my bully. And then that's when I found fighting. And that's also when I found acting as well. That acting gave me passion. So yeah, that's where it went from there. But what really drove me to do more acting was when I was in year 13 trying to figure out what I wanted to do. Because my mom wanted me to go uni. And, everyone going uni, it puts a lot of pressure on you as a year 13.
100%.
And so when I was in careers... You know what careers?
Yeah.
When you're in the careers room trying to find out
what you want to do.
And I was like, oh yeah, I want to do acting school next year. And then the careers teacher was like, oh, like, nah, don't do acting because you won't get into it.
Yeah.
You probably won't get in. There's like no chance that you can get in because you never did it from when you were a kid.
Yeah.
But there was this one kid at our school who was doing it from when he was a kid. And he was actually getting up there, but now he's not around anymore. But yeah, that kind of drove me. In a way that the careers teacher was just like, oh, you're not going to make it because you haven't been doing it for a very long time, so you have no experience.
Because they like what you said, they start some of them do start pretty young, eh?
They do start very young, and that does help. But I never had that as a kid, so yeah. I think it was passion that drove me, to be fair. Yeah.
That's mean. I guess what particularly, like, other than the confidence, I guess, like, what really, like, I guess drives you to pursue acting and stuff like that? Because I've seen you've done a couple productions, right?
Yeah.
And then also, like, you know, you're also, I guess you're featured soldier on Mulan, is that correct?
Yeah.
Bro, that's mean, bro.
That's the most random thing ever.
Bro, I was going through, I was like, bro, this guy was on Mulan, G. That's gangster.
I'll tell you the backstory to that, actually. Because, like, after the teacher said that, this is, like, towards the end of year 13, and I was like, can we swear on it? We can't swear on here, can we?
Oh, up to you, bro.
I won't swear on here, but I was just like, F that, like, I'm gonna do what I want. Like, I'm gonna do acting. And so, as soon as I left school, I did a gig for the Civic Theatre. I actually did, like, 52 shows for them right out of high school. I jumped right into acting and just did theatre. 52 shows in, like, 2 days. It was real hectic work. Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah. And then after that, I was just chilling out. My manager was like, "Oh, they're doing this casting for this, like, movie production, but we can't say what it is." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, just put me a note." They're like, "Oh, they're just looking for, like, Asian people and all that." I'm like, yeah, chuck me in. It's fine. I probably won't get it, like, because I was applying for, like, all these, like, countdown ads and that stuff back in the day. And then she's like, "Oh, you got it." I was like, "What? I got what?" She's like, "Oh, it's for Mulan, by the way." I was like, "Hey," I was like, "What the what?" So it was pretty weird, like.
Bro, that's me.
Yeah, it was buzzy as, like, jumping onto that, to be fair, because it was a lot of work.
Oh, bro, I bet. Yeah, because it's like, I mean, a Disney production movie, you know, and, like, must be pretty intense.
Yeah. It was so intense. We'd wake up at 2 a.m. just to get on set, get home at 8 at night. Every single day. So there was, like, no rest. We barely got any rest. Yeah, we're always on set, man. Like, it was a different experience.
It's crazy, bro. I remember I was in, like, LA with a couple of friends in 2019, and we were able to go to I guess perform as backup dancers for, like, The Rock when he got his award. My mate, one of my mates, shout out to my mate Utah for helping us out getting that gig. But he's like, "Bro, gee, I want to dance for The Rock." And we're all like, "Gee, you're lying." And, you know, and then after that, he's like, we actually saw, like it was for real. So we like literally went and danced, but, like, it was only, like, a 2-day preparation. But bro, in those 2 days, like, it was pretty hectic, bro. Like, everyone was trying to get into, like, I guess the kind of, like, acting kind of, you know, it's kind of like our first kind of acting or dancing experience and stuff like that. And bro, it was mean, but it was a lot of work though.
It is, yeah. Like, they don't care as much about money as they do time. Like, everything has to be done like this and that. Like, so everything's so fast paced all the time.
100%.
Yeah. So I'm sure you know how hectic it can be when you're like, "Oh no, break's over, hurry up, get back on." Like, you're doing this and you're doing that, and you're repeating your, like, dance. Like, dancing must be harder. Like, the same thing over and over.
Bro, it was just it was kind of hard because like, even though it was, like, you know, Polynesian dancing, because you wanted to have, like, some Polynesian dancing, and then you wanted to have some, you know, African dancing behind as well, just to, you know, for his two cultures and stuff like that. And then it was just like repeat.
Yeah.
So I mean, it must be same, like, I guess, with acting, doing commercials like that, stuff like that, right?
Yeah. It is pretty hectic, especially doing fight choreography.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
kind of like dancing, because everything has to be at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, bro, I bet you probably fight choreography is probably a lot harder. I mean, doing like the same, doing moves and coming up with different fight scenes and stuff like that.
There was one that I did for, there's a production there called Brothers in Crime, so, like, shout out to them, they're pretty cool. They did the little Mortal Kombat series for New Zealand,
I saw that.
The stunts for all that was just so hectic, because I had to do a lot of, like, falling and jumping and then landing on myself, and I would wind myself every single scene, and it was just hectic. But shout out to them, like, they definitely showed me, like, what actual acting was like as well.
And, like, even the angles you probably have to get on that as well, eh?
Yeah, it was very hectic. Yeah,
because it's super fast paced, like, you know, just watching it and then trying to, like, have you ever, like, accidentally, like, hit someone, or you guys ever accidentally hit them?
Yeah. So there was one short film thingy I did where me and my mate Kevin, we were doing the choreography, and then at one point we both clashed elbows at the same time. So there's a video and all you hear is the smack on it, and I was like, holy shit. That's, like,
shoot.
So sore, yeah. Yeah, so clashing elbows isn't really fun. to be fair, yeah.
Mean, bro, mean. I guess moving on to the next question. I guess what really inspires you, to I guess create content, and fight and act. Like what would you say is your biggest motivation?
At first, I just loved posting videos.
Yeah.
Like I just loved doing that for me, and then after a week later, just kind of like went off. Yeah, and I was like, okay, like this could go somewhere. But now for me, the drive is really just I'm trying to get back to doing it for fun because at one point I just lost it. And it just became a chore for me. So I stopped doing it so much, but now it's like come back as a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
And the thing that drives is that my fans and stuff as well. They definitely give me texts and like, bro, like you're helping me and you're making me happy. And
that's mean,
bro.
You're
stopping me from like killing myself and all that. And I'm like, this is real deep. Like,
yeah.
This is really deep.
Bro, that gets pretty deep sometimes, bro.
Yeah, because I definitely do talk about a lot of mental health on
my
Instagram a lot. So for them to be able to reach out, because I never had anyone to reach out when I was younger, so it was nice that I'm like, feel free to DM me. Like I'm always here to talk to people. So if you guys have anything going on, just give me a text.
Yeah, I saw some of your posts and just reaching out to people, and that's pretty inspirational, bro. Yeah. Like using, not a lot of people, I guess, so maybe some in Untitled, but even in the world, bro, like not a lot of people try to bring value to people, that they're struggling with, especially with focusing on mental health and mental awareness. Like it's something that not new, but something that we're trying to like, I guess, grasp and trying to communicate to, especially to our peers, because in the Polynesian, you probably already know, bro, like being Polynesian community, and also I guess it's pretty similar to in the Asian community. Like, bro, it's not really talked about, right? You do what you need to do. Don't need to show your emotions and stuff like that. So I guess like you being that amazing influence, bro, like helping people using your content to reach out, bro, that's mean.
Yeah, for sure. I don't feel like it's talked about enough that the Polynesian community, the Asian community, we don't have a voice. We never have a voice.
Yo.
And that's because we always get put away. That's how I feel about it sometimes. And people will probably just say that, oh, he's just complaining because he's different or anything like that. But I don't feel like it's that, though, to be fair. I feel like people are actually just putting us away.
Yeah.
Especially with things on the news. Definitely. They definitely do put more things on South Auckland than they should.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Bro, 100%, bro. Yeah. Especially, like, I guess they kind of, like, I don't know, sometimes we kind of distance ourselves from that aspect, like, even though we may, like, we got to the point where, like, even though we may be, like, going through things, like, we distance ourselves from it without actually putting proper healing on certain topics like that. And then also, like, I guess with that, how has what you're doing but now, like whether it be acting or whatever, like how do you manage that, and how's that been a positive influence in terms of mental health and mental awareness?
Because for me, I always like to keep doing things.
Yeah.
I don't like to rest because rest for me just makes me feel like I'm doing nothing. So I'm always making sure I'm doing things all the time as well, like whether that's working out in the morning. If I have a little spare time, I'm going back to the gym to jump in the sauna, or like I'm writing a skirt, or I'm like doing something. I have to be doing something.
As long as you're doing
time.
something,
yeah. So that's a good motivation. And I also want to buy my mum a house as well.
Let's go.
Like, that's like a really big thing for me, I want to get my mum a house one day. So that's
mean motivation.
Main thing, man. Yeah.
Bro, that's 100% mean. I guess speaking about mental health and mental awareness. And I guess going back, I guess we can tie in, you said growing up, right, before, I guess, we talked a little bit about it before, before the podcast.
Yep.
But I guess focusing on either whether it be mental health or depression, right? And then you actually helping a lot of people who are going through those things, especially like depression. Like what, I guess, what are your thoughts on, depression here in South Auckland, or whether it be here in the community or society?
For me, I feel like it's been put away because people are like, oh, they're fine. They're just saying, oh, they're doing them, they're bigger, they're tougher, or they're from South Auckland, they're fine. Let's just not even focus on them. It's all good. Like, they just put us away again, and I don't really like that as well. I did have I did do counselling when I was at school, and they were just the same thing, man. Like, I'll tell them everything that was going on in my life at home, depression and stuff, and they were just like, okay, yeah, that's cool. All right, you can go back to class now. I'm like, what kind of counselling is this? You know, like, they're not really doing their job. Yeah, they just put us away again, and I don't really like that.
You know what's funny is, like, I bet you, like, if it was someone who wasn't from South Auckland, or someone either that was from, probably a different part of Auckland, part, they're a totally different story.
Yeah, exactly. You know? I'm not trying to complain and say everyone got a bit of privilege, but that's my experience, what I've had throughout the years. Yeah.
I guess, what do you think would be one way we can improve that here in the community, or society here in Auckland itself?
I mean, you hear it all the time. Like, you just need to, if you have anything going on, you just got to reach out to people, and I believe that you should, because I didn't start reaching out to people about it until last year, until this year actually. Yeah. So I thought, and when I was telling my mates and all that about like all my depression, they were like, "What depression?" And all that. It's just because I never talked about it. But now that I'm actually finally like talking about it, I actually kind of feel good as well, and especially with my partner as well. They're making sure that I'm talking about my feelings all the time, everything that's going on. So I'm also reaching out to my friends, making sure that they're okay as well.
That's me.
And I think that everyone should just reach out to everybody. Like, I know some people get lazy and they're like, oh, no, they're probably doing all good. I'm not going to even text them. Or they're probably busy, or they're not going to reply, but it's...
But at least you're reaching out. At least you're putting a hand up.
Yeah. And they have somewhere to go to if they feel like they need someone.
Bro, that's mean. And I guess, like, because, like, being in South Auckland, right, like, and obviously for yourself, being able to reach out, like, and that's when, like, it starts to help and ease up, right? Do you feel like some people in different situations, it may be harder for them to reach out?
I definitely do feel like it is harder for other people to reach out, especially if they come from a really bad background. They don't want to reach out, and I've dealt with people like that as well. Yeah. They're just like, oh, yeah, no, it's fine. It's all good. This is how I was raised my whole life. I used to be that guy as well. Like, nah, it's okay. I was raised like this. It's fine. Like, it's normal, but it's not really normal.
Yeah.
Like, you need to reach out to people.
Or have to.
Like, you feel so bad.
Yeah.
And you don't want to reach out to people because you don't feel like they understand what you're going through. But if you just reach out to people, I think they will understand, and they will try to help you as much as you can. Like, you just got to put your ego aside and just ask for help sometimes, because people will help you. Like, you'll be surprised. Like,
you'll be surprised how many people actually care.
Like, when I was depressed, I never liked to reach out to people. I'm just like, nah, it's fine. It's just a stage. I'll get through it. 6 years later, I'm still going through it. But now that I'm reaching out to people, it
helps, bro.
It's really helping me. Yeah. And I talk to my coaches about this as well. And it is nice because they do understand what I'm going through. And it's hard because I've never really had a father figure in my life as well. Yeah. So having them teaching me what to do and what's going on is really nice as well. Yeah.
Especially like when you have people like you, bro, like helping people out in the community, like you're able to help them like channel that negative energy and put it into something positive, right? Like, and then that's a big thing. I feel like, sometimes we understand, like, being alone can, like, I guess, and like being alone, it can be really hard, right? And especially like when you're in that state of mind, it can be kind of dangerous, right? So I guess it's trying to help our community really find a way to turn that negative energy and turn it into positive energy, or having people around you support you in that way.
Yeah, for sure. That's why you see a lot of guys in the gym all the time. All those like... Do you watch TikTok a lot?
Yeah.
You see all those like guys in the gym, and they're just like, I'm getting through this, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, making myself better. Like, they just got to channel it somewhere. I found the gym or fighting was like that for me,
Yeah.
I thought acting was like that for me, but then I found acting kind of pushed me lower. But I love acting, so... Yeah.
Bro, acting's fun.
Acting's fun, man.
Acting's fun.
Yeah. But I think fighting was definitely...
That's mean, bro.
Helped as well, yeah.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
I guess, would you say, like, fighting, or, like, in the gym, or going to the gym would be, like, probably, like, a really good start, I guess, for those who are trying to get out, trying to I guess, reach out?
Yeah, I think it's different for everyone, but I think everyone should try it at least, you know. Try something new, you know. Whether it's like just doing that or a new hobby. Because I do get people who ask me, why am I so lonely and how do I make friends and all that, and it's so sad to hear, but I just say find a hobby, like try stuff.
Try something new.
Whether it's going to a chess club, playing bingo, or going to the gym, and you'll meet people, like real cool people. Yeah.
That's mean, bro. Do you feel like going back, like do you and focusing, I guess, on social media as well? Do you feel like part of some people, I guess, depression may come from like just being isolated with technology or what was going on?
Yeah. I feel like people get caught up in the numbers, you know, all the time. People are like, oh, I didn't get this many amount of likes on my post, I'm gonna delete it, rather than just posting what they want to post. People are like, oh, I didn't get this many shares or views on my story, and then they just spiral into like sadness, and I'm like, that should be something that really like drives you to be happy, you know. You should find something that actually
find something that gives you yourself value, you know.
Because at the end of the day, the likes, the comments, the shares, the follows, they mean nothing.
100%, bro.
Yeah. What if technology just all of a sudden just stops? You know, what are you gonna do? Like, what are you gonna do when it's all gone?
Not have a podcast.
Lose my TikTok and everything, bro. But yeah, it's kind of, because I find it pretty weird that like, I'm like, how come you're like, because I'm not gonna say which TikToker or anything, but like he texted me and he was just like, I'm just feeling like trash and I just want to take a couple days break because I just need time off social media. I'm like, you definitely should, like, you need to cleanse yourself, just get out of it. And the next text that he sent to me was, but I'm gonna lose followers if I stop for a couple days.
Dang.
And I was like, who cares? Who cares about that? Like, your mental health is way more important. Like, who cares if you lose a couple hundred or you don't get as many likes? You need to focus on yourself, like, honestly. Like, I think a month ago, my Instagram got hacked. And so pretty much, I had no choice but to not go on social media for like 4 days.
For a bit, yeah.
But when I wasn't on social media for 4 days, that was probably like the best time of my life.
Or just being,
just got to focus on like
on what you're doing,
stuff. Yeah, just didn't look at my phone, anything, because I couldn't. So it was really good. I thought that really helped cleanse me as well.
Yeah, bro, because sometimes we live a fast-paced life, you know, and I guess we forget to slow down.
Yeah.
I was watching this TikTok and it was about, I forgot their name, but they're winning an award and it's giving like three important tips and stuff like that. And one of them, one that stuck out to me was that the fastest way to achieve your goal is by going slowly. And I was like, bro, that's so true. Like some of us, we're trying to live this fast-paced life, but we forget to slow down and look at things, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I don't know, do you do that? Because I definitely do. Sometimes I do that. I'm like doing TikTok, then fighting, then acting, then stunts, then work, and then back to that, and then a week passes, I'm like, what the hell? Like, what have I done this whole week? Yeah, so it's pretty cool because my partner does help me slow down. My partner's like, take a break, take a day off, just hang out.
Yeah.
It's just chill out, do nothing, just eat food, like just do normal people stuff. And it's nice,
and it helps, bro. It helps your mind, your body, and your spirit, bro. And sometimes you need that healing. Especially when, in this day and age.
For sure, yeah. Because it's real hard because not everyone's going to be there for you. You know, you also need to be there for yourself. Like, if you can't, it's like if you can't help yourself, how can you expect others to help you, you know?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Bro, 100%. I guess, moving on, bro, what is one major setback or failure you've been most grateful for?
That's pretty hard. I don't know, actually. I don't know. Setbacks? I was in this really, really, really toxic relationship, and I almost gave up my acting and my fighting and everything up for it.
Dang.
And I just didn't realize how toxic it was until I got out of it. And I just almost gave everything up for it, and I don't know why. I let that set me back, but it's been like almost 8 months since I've gotten out of that, And my relationship is perfect now. Like communication, key, everything. I'm focusing on all the things I need to actually be focusing on. You know, just all the things that I should be doing for myself. Because one of my best friends, after I got out of that, was just like, yeah, I just didn't want to say anything, but you almost gave up all your potential. You have more potential than this to actually just be settling down so young. You know, yeah. But that definitely set me back. Like. That whole year was not doing sponsors, was not doing this, was not doing that, not taking many fights as I should, because I was just lazy and focusing on things I shouldn't have been. Yeah, like, I'm sure you understand.
Yeah, 100%.
Not being able to do something and you can't do
really
anything about it.
Yeah.
You just gotta let time pass. But I feel like speaking up and being honest on the spot really does help. Yeah, so I've learned to start speaking up about things and being more honest with myself, rather than being like, oh, that's what they want, it's okay. Yeah, I'm living their life, like, but I should have been living for my life.
Living for life.
Yeah,
Bro, that's mean. Profound. Living, sometimes we're not living our own life for ourselves, living for others.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's mean.
Yeah, you should quote that. You should
bro.
That. That's your quote now. Yeah,
quote.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm gonna say it's from Jackie.
Copyright 2022.
Copyright.
Fuck, it's 2022 already.
That's crazy, bro. New year and, bro, yeah. 100%.